Hi, Disha. So I think there was some confusion, but it's okay. We can go ahead with this meeting. Okay. Is it clear? Can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, okay.
So, Disha, more or less, you know the drill. I think you also attended the meeting, the previous.
No, no, no.
You
I
did.
just no because
Fine. All right. Okay.
yeah.
So, Disha, the point is today we are just going to go through what are the things that we should do in a training and how
Okay.
the demo should be. I will be sharing two PPTs with you after this meeting. One is an academic training PPT wherein it would be the do's and don'ts for the mentor, and the second one is a demo PPT which you will be sharing during the demo in the session with the learner while you are taking the demo.
Okay, so that particular demo will be one which I will be presenting every time I take the demo.
Yes, correct, correct.
Okay,
Also, you
understood.
will have ideally two mocks, meaning two chances you will get. After today's training, I would want to conduct the mock with you on Monday, according to your and like our availability,
Mm.
if possible. So, in that mock, you will have to present the demo PPT. Understood? I'll be the learner and I'll also be the parent. After that, if everything, so in the mock, your clarity, your etiquette, your camera angle, your tech, how it is, everything along with your subject matter knowledge, how you are conducting the session, everything will be taken into consideration by me. Now, ideally, I would want to believe that through the first mock, you will be able to go through or get through. If I think that no, you would require a little more assistance, then I will give you a second round, like a second chance for the mock.
Okay, understood.
Please try to ensure that you're well prepared so that the first mock is the final mock so that you don't have to go for another round so that you can go ahead with the next steps of this training
Okay.
and you can go live. All right.
Yeah.
Now, starting with the demos. So ideally the demo will be for 1 hour. Okay, any demo that you take will be for 1 hour. So the first 5 to 7 minutes should be the building the rapport with the learner, which is you can ask some questions, some rapid fire round. You can ask why the learner is here or whether they have taken any test, any DSAT test before.
Okay.
Mostly the catalyst journey. 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. Mostly the catalyst journey is an important part, right? So the catalyst, I would say that website that is there, the link that I had shared with you where you took the diagnostic test.
Okay.
Students, before they come for the demo, most of them will take the diagnostic test. So either you will get the scores before the demo or you can ask them whether they had taken any diagnostic test. If yes, what are the scores, whether they can share the scores with you. You can ask them, so according to you, what is the strength? Which area do you think you would require my help? Always make it sound like a positive thing. It should not be that, okay, where did you make most of the mistakes? Because that might be
Okay.
a little alarming for any student, right? We need to ensure that our communication is always at a level which is more encouraging than discouraging the learner. All right. You can also call the parent, introduce yourself to the parent, ask the parent that if is there anything specific that you would want the learner and you yourself to focus on in this demo. Also request the parent that if they have time to observe the demo so that in the end when you have a conversation you will be able to share or you will be able to tell them that okay, give them a feedback and also ask for their feedback. Is this much clear?
Yeah.
After that, the next 40 to 45 minutes should be spent in problem solving. So in the demo PPT, there are all sorts of questions. Give the learner the chance first to pick and choose the topics.
Mm.
Explain it while you are doing the questions. Meaning, if we are doing a reference question, like the other day we were talking about,
Yeah.
that you share the passage and then you explain the concept. You have a discussion.
Okay.
A lot of the time should be spent in encouraging the learner to read out from the passage. Then the options. why option A is the correct option, or why the option that the learner thinks is the correct option, and why the rest of the options are incorrect. That trial and error method or that analytical method should be used. Understood? And after that, if the learner has got the answer correct, definitely praise them. Even if the answer is wrong, praise them for the effort they have put in.
Mm.
And then explain that why that is the wrong answer, why rest of the answers are correct. This is how you go ahead and have the flow of the class. Towards the end of the session, how or what you're going to do, towards the end of the session, you are going to ensure that you wrap up the session, and then, so there are 3 to 4 segments in the demo, and it's a vast demo PPT. But you don't have to cover all the pointers. Try to cover all types of questions from different areas, and then you can wrap up by saying, okay, so we will end the session here. It was a pleasure meeting you, like on a high, happy note.
Mhm.
Just, wrap up the session by summing up what were the learning or the takeaways, and then call the parent. Stop sharing the screen and ask the parent how did they like the session, and then give them a feedback as well after listening to them. Give them a feedback based on what you've made the learner do and what are the strengths or the improvement areas and how you will be able to help. Your, I would say, part as a teacher is not that just showing the problem. It is also about telling them or showing the right solution. Understood? Any
Yeah.
questions till this much?
No.
Okay. Now, after this, you will also show the parent, walk them through the Catalyst profile, the platform. You can keep it open so that you can show that not every time, it's not that you're meeting the learner on an everyday basis, but even at home, the learner can go through these and do practice tests from this portal once after enrollment. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the two PPTs. First will be the academic training PPT. I will also
Okay.
share these PPTs on WhatsApp with you. Okay. So the first one. So let me first share this as well. This is the demo PPT which you will be sharing in each and every demo.
Okay, so whenever suppose I get selected in this mock round, then after whenever I'll be having the real demo, so this is
Yes.
the PPT which need to
Yes.
be presented. And
Correct.
what happens like when if suppose the student is converted, so the material is made by me or it will be given.
You will have your own material. You will have the freedom to use your own material. Okay.
Okay. But it is provided by the company also, or this is to be made by me only?
This is
Specific.
for you. So you already know what are the aspects that the student would be working on. Based on
Yeah.
that, you can have your own material. It will be your own material. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 1 second. Just a second, please. This is also the digital SAT demo, which I will be sharing. So this is the main link. This is the one that you will be sharing, not the previous one. The previous one is for you to see.
Okay. Okay, in the WhatsApp you're sharing. 1 second.
Okay. So first things first, I'll present it. Just a second. Give me a second. All right. So how the class flow should be, that I'm sharing first. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is
Yeah.
how sound energetic, have a smile on your face. After
Mm.
this, 1 second. So what are the value propositions? So it's not that you would just join the demo and go ahead with your learning pace. You should
Mm.
always help guide the learner with tips and strategies. It is not that, okay, here are the set of questions, this is how you do it. Share the tips, have a proper discussion. Individualize learning paths. Always remember, not every learner has the same learning capacity or the same learning proficiency. Some learners are like super fast learners. Some learners are super slow learners. Some learners are okay. They move at a medium pace. So you need to understand the pace of the learners and then accordingly align yourself with that. Is this much clear to you?
Yes, yes.
Okay, next is a free diagnostic test. So the one that you took, remember the learners will also
Yeah.
do that. If they have not done it, it's okay. You can still go ahead, ask the learners, is there any area that you would want me to focus? If they say, no, I would just want to go ahead and see, very few learners will be like that. So then you can pick and choose the area as well. Give them the Catalyst platform access. So you're going to show it to them, the Catalyst platform as well. Understood? And also talk to the parents about the regular progress tracking, give them a proper feedback. Is this much clear? So when you're talking to the parent, do mention that it's not that this is an online session, so I will not be able to share feedback. I will obviously ask for your feedback and share feedback from my end after every 6 to 8 sessions. Always mention that. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions till this much?
No.
All right. After this, if you notice, again, what are the do's of any session, be it a regular session, be it a demo? Provide clear and concise explanations. A very specific thing of demos, Disha, is that the moment you start explaining a concept very, very elaborately, the demo kind of loses its charm. Demos are supposed to be fast paced. Does not mean that you're going to hop, skip, and jump. But make sure whatever explanation you're giving, those are short, to the point. All right. And they are clear. Use very simple language to explain. You can also use real life examples if you're explaining a particular concept. That's why I told you that while you're doing the questions, if you explain the concept while doing the question, it kind of gets like this task gets easier. Encourage active participation. Like this is a training. You know that I am supposed to speak and you are supposed to listen. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand anything. Right? But in a demo, it is not that you are supposed to speak and the learner is supposed to only listen. Ask or encourage or probe the learner to read out from the screen. Ask the learner if the learner knows this concept. If yes, then ask him or her to explain so that you know whether the learning of the learner is correct or not. Okay. Offer timely and constructive feedback. Never ever should you give a feedback which is discouraging for the learners. Always use the sandwich method, which is starting off with the praise, then showing the improvement area and how you will be helping the learner, and then again wrapping it up with a praise. Understood?
Okay.
Create a positive, supportive atmosphere. Definitely, if you follow these, the learner will feel like the learner will open up, students will open up and will be able to share the gaps that they have, and it will be easier for you as well to teach. Okay. Next, keep classes engaging and relevant. It is very, very important to keep the sessions engaging. That is two-way interaction and relevant. Meaning, suppose you're doing an inference question and you are talking about something which is completely irrelevant to the topic. Makes no sense, right? So that is also important. In explanation or while we are explaining, many times we drift apart. That is not something we are supposed to do. Understood?
Yeah, correct.
Next, the don'ts. Do not discuss the number of sessions. So in a demo, if the parent asks you, will you be the regular teacher? How many number of sessions would we get? What is the duration of the session? Will there be any discounts? Now, if I need to reschedule, how am I going to do that? Anything related to class structure, you always mention that these queries will be addressed by the counselor. If the counselor is present, great. If the counselor is not present, just mention that I would share these queries with the counselor. The counselor is going to get in touch with you. Make sure that you are sharing proper feedback and how you are going to work with the learner in the sessions when it comes to the academics part. Understood? Don't tell the students to randomly answer questions in the math section. Remember, we are focusing on the English section. So even if a parent comes and tells you, okay, I would also want my child to be good in maths, you can always say that, all right, I will share this with the counselor so that our math mentors can get in, like, so that the counselor can book a demo for your child with the math mentors. Okay? Do not rush through the lessons. Remember, I am telling you to touch base all the 3 areas that would be there in the demo PPTs, right? But that does not mean that no matter what, even if the learner is unable to cope up, you are going to jump into it. No. Understand the pace of the learner and then go ahead with the lessons. Understood? Do not discourage mistakes, encourage learning from them. Avoid one size fits all. Remember, the language proficiency of a learner is important because that will help you understand the level of the learner and then go ahead with it. Okay?
Correct.